Hello students and namaste everyone. I am Dhaval sir and our today's topic is your literature part, unit number 7, that is the glimpse of India. And in this unit again there is a bifurcation of the chapter in three parts as you can see on your screen. First part is A Baker from Goa by Lucio Rodriguez. It is Rodriguez. Then second one is Kurg, there is Lokesh Abrol, and the third part is Tea from Assam by Arup Kumar Datta. Okay, so in our today's lecture, we are going to discuss only the first part of this chapter, that is A Baker from Goa. Right, so first of all, the name glimpse. Now, glimpse means what? Glimpse means a glance or a partial view, right? If we say that a view of India in a brief way, right? In a part, that is a glimpse of India. Okay, so when we talk about India, we know that India is a country which is very rich enough in its culture, right? And we know that there is a lot of diversity in all the parts of India, different parts of India. There is a lot of diversity seen, right? So uh, there are different things which can be seen at different places. So here in this chapter we'll see some of that. Okay, so our first part is A Baker from Goa, right? So this is a pen portrait of a traditional Goan village, right? So Goan means the people of Goa are known as Goan people, and the village is known as Goan village, right? So this is a pen portrait of a traditional Goan village baker who still has an important place in his society, right? So first of all, from these lines, we'll understand what is pen portrait, right? So, pen portrait, it is an informal description, okay, of a person or a group of people, and a pen portrait may discuss hard variables such as age or gender, but it should focus on softer dimensions such as the attitude, lifestyle, and appearance. Okay, so in this part, there is a detailed explanation, or I must say, proper explanation regarding the bakers of the Goa. Okay, so what is given is our elders are often heard reminiscing nostalgically about those good old Portuguese days, because we know that in the earlier centuries, before the Britishers they had arrived, the Portuguese had taken control over the places like Diu Daman and Goa, right? So those old Portuguese days, the Portuguese and their famous loaves of bread. Now, sir, there are some difficult words. We'll first understand that. First one is reminiscing nostalgically. That means thinking fondly of the past, right? Many a times we also sit ideally and we try to remember the beautiful days of our childhood or the past days. So what is given, our elders are often heard reminiscing nostalgically about those good old Portuguese days, the Portuguese and their famous loaves of bread. Now loaves of bread means what, right? So usually we get bread in pieces, but the whole piece of bread without its cutting, right? That big or huge piece of bread is known as a loaf, Loaf, and its plural form is loaves, Loaves. Those eaters of loaves might have vanished, but the makers are still there. That means the bakeries or the people who used to bake the cake are still present in Goa. We still have amongst us the mixtures, the molders, and those who bake the loaves. So usually this loaves were built in the bakery, where there were different tools and instruments for baking it. That is the mixtures, the molders, right? So that is described. Those age old time tested furnaces still exist. So time tested means uh, which were used long before, and which had proved to be very effective. Okay, the fire in the furnaces has not yet been extinguished. That means those old age furnaces, that means the uh, furnaces are still working. Still working means the bakers, they are still using those same furnaces for baking even today. The third and jingle. So third means what, right? So it is a loud dull sound made especially with a heavy objects, like something that is like when we go to the temple, we do like this to the bell, right? So such kind of noises are known as third and jingle. Okay, and jingle is also the ringing sound of bell or any other object. So the third and jingle of the traditional baker's bamboo, okay, heralding his arrival. So we have seen many street hawkers, they try to make different kind of noise through different objects to attract the people towards them, right? So heralding means announcing their arrival. In the morning can still be heard in some places. Maybe the father is not alive, but the son still carries on the family profession. Okay, so in our India, we have this tradition that the family business is carried on by the children. Okay, and so therefore it is written that the father might not be alive, but their children are still carrying on their family business. These bakers are even today known as padder in Goa. Okay, further next paragraph. During our childhood in Goa, the baker used to be our friend, companion, and guide. He used to come at least twice a day, right? We have seen many street hawkers, they uh, come on regular days, on regular time. So here they are saying that the bakers, they used to be good friends, good companion, and they used to be good guide also. And they used to come twice a day. That means the frequency was good enough, so the people, they might be knowing all the bakers, and the baker, they might be knowing all the children and the family members also. Once when he set out in the morning on his selling round, and then again when he returned after emptying his huge basket, right? So they used to carry a huge basket, okay, on their back or on their head, and the basket used to be full. Okay, and what is said in this chapter, in this paragraph, is that they'll leave their homes, right, for selling the products in the morning, and they will return only after it gets over in the evening. Okay, the jingling third of his bamboo woke us up from sleep, and we ran to meet and greet him. Okay, greet means usually when we meet our teachers or we meet our elders, we say good morning, Jai Shri Krishna. So all this is known as greeting. Okay, yes. Why was it so? Was it for the love of the loaf? Not at all, right? So a question is being asked that why the children, they used to run and used to go and meet the baker. Was that for loaf, right? What might be the reason? So they are saying no, not at all. The loaves were brought by same Paskin or Bestin. So actually it is pesky. Okay, and it is bestie, pesky and bestie. So usually these are the words used, okay, for calling the people who used to sell loaf. Fine. Further, the maid servant of the house, okay, so were brought by some pesky or bestie. Usually at our place we call Ramu, Shamu, right, the people who used to work at our home. So instead of them, the words are Pesky and Bestie, the maid servants of the house. So they used to bring the loaf, right? So the children, they didn't need to bring this thing, but they just loved these bakers, and therefore they used to greet them. Okay, what we longed for were those bread bangles which we chose carefully, right? So we have seen it is known as ring. It is made up of bread only, in which there is something like jam in between, which is very good and tasty. So the children, they love it the most. Okay, sometime it was sweet bread of special make. The baker made his musical entry on the scene with the chang chang, means when he used to come, this type of sound used to come. So sound of his specially made bamboo staff. One hand supported the basket on his head and the other banged the bamboo on the ground. So you can just imagine the baker is carrying a big basket, one hand like this, and the another hand carrying the bamboo stick for making sound. Okay, fine. One hand, that we have already read, he would greet the lady of the house with good morning and then place his basket on the vertical bamboo, right? So many times you might have seen the street hawkers, they place the bamboo like this, and upon that bamboo they place their basket. Okay, we kids would be pushed aside with a mild rebuke, right? So rebuke meaning is already given, an expression of disapproval or a scolding. So the mothers, they used to scold the children, they used to make them go aside, and the loaves would be delivered to the servant. But we would not give up. We would climb a bench or the parapet and peep into the basket. Parapet means a small wall which is constructed in the compound. Okay, so uh, peep into the basket somehow. I can still recall the typical fragrance of this, of those loaves. Fragrance means smell, right? So freshly baked cake or maybe bread gives a very nice smell. Okay, loaves for the elders and the bangles for the children. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth or wash our mouths properly. And why should we? Who would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the brush? That is the toothbrush, right? So in those days, neem, there is stick, or the mango tree leaves were used for doing toothbrush. And why was it necessary at all? The tiger never brushed his teeth. Hot tea could wash and clean up everything so nicely after all, right? So when we hear this, we feel yuck, but yes, ultimately it is the children uh, who wanted to eat those fresh rings made up of bread. Okay, and they were very eager, always waiting for the baker to arrive. Further, marriage gifts are meaningless without the sweet bread known as the ball, just as a party or a feast loses its charm without bread. So, in Goa, the Portuguese people, they lived, and it was their custom or a tradition in which they used bread. Okay, in our meal, we always have roti or chapati, and this foreigner people, that is the Portuguese or the British or any other foreigner people, mostly in foreign countries, they uh, prefer bread. Okay, not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. The lady of the house must prepare sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement, cakes and bolinas. Okay, it is bolinas. So it is a kind of a Goan sweet, are a must for the Christmas as well as other festivals. Thus, the presence of the baker's furnace in the village is absolutely essential. So, through this chapter, we can understand that how much important the baker and its bakery is for the village people. The baker or bread seller of those days had a peculiar dress known as the kabai. Okay, it was a single piece long frock reaching down to the knees, and in our childhood, we saw bakers wearing a shirt and trousers which were shorter than full length ones, like the kurtas, and longer than half pants. Even today, anyone who wears a half pant which reaches just below the knees invites the comment that he is dressed like a padder, that is the baker of Goa. The baker usually collected his bills at the end of the month. Right, we have the system of milk coming at our home, where the milk seller usually uh, gives his bill at the end of the month. Right, in the same way, these people used to purchase or buy bakery, that is bread items, every day, and therefore the bill was sent at the month. Monthly accounts used to be recorded on some wall in pencil. Baking was indeed a profitable profession in the old days. The baker, profitable profession, that means a huge or a handsome amount of money was earned from baking. That means by having a bakery. The baker and his family never starved. That means they earned so good enough that never ever they had a time when they had to starve because of lacking of money. He, his family, and his servants always looked happy and prosperous. Their plump physique, plump means usually these people who are having bakeries or restaurants, so they are usually fatty, right? Plumpy physique, that is having a fat body, was an open testimony. Open testimony means a public statement about a character or quality. That means openly, each and everyone knew that usually bakers, bakery owners, or the restaurants or the hotel owners, they are very healthy, fat. Okay. Even today, any person with a jackfruit like physical appearance is easily compared to a baker, right? So, this type of tummy, having a healthy body, is usually considered or compared with the baker. So, that's it about the chapter, and we'll end our explanation of here of the first part of the chapter. And I hope so that you understood the chapter, which is very small and easy enough. So thank you everyone for watching the video.